Are you checking your phone every few minutes? Do you struggle to put your phone down to engage in activities or when you're hanging out with friends? Are you mindlessly scrolling? Are you staying up late or getting up early to scroll? Say yes to any of these, or would your students say yes to any of these? It can be challenging to navigate and balance the unescapable digital world we carry everywhere in our pockets. So it's essential we talk to students about recognizing when they might need a digital detox. I'm Nicole Johnson from Utah Education Network, bringing you your latest teacher tip. An important piece in fostering student wellness is creating a classroom culture that discusses, supports, and encourages students to reflect on their digital use and self-regulation skills. These reflective conversations and techniques can support 4 of the 5 protective factors that reduce lifelong risk factors and enhance student well-being: students' knowledge of development, social connections, resilience, as well as cognitive, social, and emotional competence. By implementing mindful discussions with your students about their digital use, you can gauge your class's emotional temperature and how to best support their needs. These discussions allow you to be responsive to your class's needs, grow your connection with your students, and better identify struggling students who may require additional support. So, let's jump into some tools and techniques you can use in your classroom to encourage students to find a balanced approach to examining their digital use. Discuss what the signs are. Feel free to compare and contrast with this list of questions students can ask themselves to evaluate the personal impact of their digital use. You can let students generate their own ideas on when it might be time to log offline for a while. Find a link below where you can download this template to redesign with your students. This is a great activity to do periodically through the year. Some good ideas are at the start or end of each quarter or semester. Now that students know when they might need to disconnect, they need some ideas on how to actually disconnect. Have a conversation about what logging off actually looks like, or what tools exist to be mindful of or limit your digital use. You can collaborate with your students in Canva to edit or make your own poster using ideas that students generate. Similarly, you can have students create mantras or reminders on how to be mindful of their digital use. Feel free to take this poster from below and recreate it with your students. Give students tools to replace scrolling with relax and refocus techniques designed to regulate the nervous system. A 10-minute brain break can allow students to be mindful of the emotions they are experiencing and to help redirect their focus and attention. Create a virtual calming room with activities students can turn to when they are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just need some space to get their motivation back. Download this virtual calming room template for your students to access in times of need, or create your own. A virtual calming room is filled with plenty of ideas, activities, and sensory experiences that students can learn to use to replace unhelpful habits and restore their ability to rejoin the learning environment. Find the link below to download this template or on how to create your own virtual calming room. While tech is great, check out this Padlet for a list of some of my favorite tactile items to keep handy in your classroom, potentially next to a tissue box or pencil sharpener, as it's a great discrete location for students to grab what they need. I've strategically picked items that are quiet, can be held in one hand, and are not too distracting. Take a pause to evaluate the use of technology in your classroom. Consider why you are using tech and if it's the best fit for the assignments you are planning. Do you need to reimagine some of your lesson plans to find a balanced approach? Dive more into how to approach education through technology and learn when and why the implementation of tech is important to pedagogically understand. Take a look at UEN's Educational Technology Endorsement Program to learn well-rounded and robust ideas and methods for technology implementation in your classroom. Students need positive modeling from adults in various roles in their lives. So no matter what subject you teach, have an open conversation with your students about their phone and social media use, and discuss daily techniques to help them be mindful of their usage. While teachers are our first line of support, don't forget everything isn't on your shoulders. If you're concerned about a student, be sure to loop in your school counselor or MTSS team members. You aren't alone in supporting your students, and most importantly, reflect on how some of these tips can help you find balance in your own life. We'll see you next time with UEN's latest and greatest teacher tips.